Good morning, guys. Good morning. Once again, welcome to South Africa Lately, a channel where we discuss South African trending news. We do, however, grab here and there from international news when it is trending enough to be brought here. If there's anything that is going to test South African politicians or South African political parties, it is going to be this saga of SPAZA shops, because first of all, you cannot tell me that the foreign nationals that are operating these SPAZA shops in townships as in South Africa legally. We know the criteria that you have to meet for you to come to South Africa and operate a business, and also SPAZA shops are not the business that is supposed to be operated by foreign nationals. That it's in the constitution of South Africa. So if they are handling this with soft hands, kiddies' hands, and we don't hear what they are saying, it's going to damage them during the local government elections. And so far, the person that has been speaking boldly for South Africans has to be GAYTON MCKENZIE. And it will not come as a surprise when we see GAYTON MCKENZIE growing. Let me just not say GAYTON MCKENZIE Patriotic Alliance growing in the next elections, the local government elections. So I'm just going to first read about this poisoning, these snakes that are poisoning children. Breaking news. A total of 22 learners from GAYTON Primary School in Tuba in northern KwaZulu-Natal have been admitted to MZWANELE clinic after allegedly eating snacks they bought from vendors trading outside the school. The vendors said they stocked the snacks from a shop owned by foreign nationals in the area. The number is expected to rise after other learners also complained of stomach pains. Now this one is a bit different. It is the vendors outside the school. Also, these vendors are pointing at the direction of the foreign nationals that sold this to them. So the number was firstly 22, and then said GAYTON Primary School in Tuba who have been hospitalized after eating snacks from a local wholesaler has risen to 43 due to a need for hospitalized medical attention. 21 of them have since been moved from MZWANELE clinic to Hlabisa Hospital. The snacks that allegedly caused this are called Vikings and are produced by a factory in Potchefstroom in southern KwaZulu-Natal. I'm going to put a clip right at the end, a clip of the factory that is run by foreign nationals illegally. The health hazards there is beyond imagination. I want you to see right at the end. And you find that our government is moving at a very serious snail pace in handling this matter. So anyway, let us continue reading. This is Democratic Alliance leader, if I'm not mistaken. He says the number of hospitalized learners from GAYTON Primary School has risen to 48. I am hoping the MEC responds to our correspondence urgently. This is heartbreaking. Read more on what we are doing about this as the Democratic Alliance KZN here. So they shared their click. I didn't go through they shared the link to click on if you want to read more on what they are doing, but I didn't read that one. So in South Africa seems to be on autopilot, and I have something to say about this, but firstly let us continue. I want to read what South African Human Rights Commission said. They said South African Human Rights Commission intends to meet with the Department of Health, COGTA and National Consumer Commission to address current challenges of food poisoning. And the reason why I didn't read their whole statement is because you know what, this is one organization that will upset you when it comes to dealing with issues relating to South Africans. What has somebody, please, maybe I'm judging them wrongly, somebody tell me maybe in the comment section, what has the South African Human Rights Commission done for South Africans? What have they been actively fighting for South Africans lately? What have they done for us? Moving right along, ENCA posted no toxic chemicals were found in snacks that are believed to have caused the deaths of 6 Naledi children. Now, we don't know the process that they have followed. They're just sharing this. No, we are never told what process was followed. So it is very difficult to believe this because we are not new to this poisonous stuff coming from the local SPAZA shops poisoning children. You remember noodles that they were bought from SPAZA shops that once killed children. Even last year there were children passing away having bought snacks from the SPAZA shops. It is not a new thing. So when they come here, we don't know what is giving us this outcome of no toxic chemicals being found from those products. Anyway, there is also a video of a foreign national discarding snacks in the middle of the road, on the side of the road, in the middle of nowhere, and people managed to see that person and took photos. If your snacks, took videos. If your snacks are clean and doesn't have toxins or doesn't have any poisonous stuff in them, or maybe they are not expired, why throw them away?
I'm not like that one.
Why you slow here?
Okay. I think that like just in this one.
No, not just in here. Okay. Not just in here. You're gonna kill my son here. If you come to son, you're gonna take the cheese.
That's this one. This one, yeah? I'm supposed to break. I'll break together.
Go here, go here.
I want
Take the chips, then you're gonna throw here, you're gonna kill the guy.
Okay, but brothers, sorry.
Take the chips, go there.
Okay, wait.
Somebody might ask, how do I know that that person is a foreign national? We know one another. They know us, we know them, And did you see the amount of snacks that person was throwing away? Did you see? If that is not suspicious for you, maybe this is the reason why we are here. Maybe we are too sleeping as the government of South Africa. This government of South Africa is too sleeping. I don't want to lie. And they are afraid to say, we are fighting for South Africa. It's like it's a taboo to say so. This is why, as much as they criticize GAYTON MCKENZIE, most of them, they don't see him to be anything. GAYTON MCKENZIE, if he is consistent with this, he can wake up one day and being the South African president. I tell you, because South Africans are desperate to have a leader that sees them, a leader that understands them, a leader that is bold to say, I'm a South African, I'm fighting for South Africans, I love South Africans. And that is where GAYTON MCKENZIE comes in. He does that. The people who love GAYTON MCKENZIE like me don't just love him. I didn't, prior to GAYTON MCKENZIE becoming the Minister of South Africa, I was not bothered about GAYTON MCKENZIE. I was not bothered. But he suddenly emerged as this leader who cares about South Africans, right from the name of their political party, Patriotic Alliance. Even then, I was not worried about them until I saw a leader that loves South Africans. Anyway, moving right along, South African breaking news account on X posted more than 50 million spent on deporting illegal immigrants in 5 months. Mogale argued documenting immigrants would be a more practical approach rather than spending heavily on deportations. Mogale is from the EFF. So I'm sharing this to show you the different views of political parties around illegal immigration, which is leading us into having SPAZA shops being illegally run by foreign nationals. So this one made me laugh though when he said, which was my neighbor is still here. I don't know whether it is the meme that killed me the most The caption, the meme was a gif. You know when you see this meme, what this person is doing. Moving right along to see more of what the EFF said. He said, these people are here already, and now we have to spend millions to get rid of them. The EFF solution is to document these people because they are already here. In that way, we'll be able to identify those who are undesirable, those who may have criminal records, fugitives of justice, and those who ran away from their countries of origin because of criminal activities. We'll be able to keep those kinds of things through that process. Do you understand? The EFF just want to keep their voters. Forget what they said up there when they say these people are already here and now we have to spend millions to get rid of them. That line sounds like they care about South African finances, but knowing where the EFF stands with illegal immigration, we cannot. When I say we, me and my house. Before people say you and who, why to say we, you and who? The EFF, we know where the EFF stands with this. So the issue of illegal immigration is very broad. You see that guy that was throwing snakes on the side of the road there. If those snakes are poisonous, if those snakes are a reason why we have children being hospitalized, do you know that that person, even if his fingerprints are there, when we're trying to follow him, we wouldn't find him even though his fingerprints are there because there is no way to find them. And documenting illegal immigrants is like rewarding them for the crime that they committed by coming to South Africa, operating businesses in South Africa. It doesn't make sense. Even me, that is not a politician, I know that doesn't make sense. So now, when you start the process of documenting them, and they tell their cousins, their friends, their families that South Africa, we are getting documented, how are we going to keep the record of the ones that came today? The ones that will come tomorrow. So what are you saying? You're just going to document everyone who's going to come because they heard that South Africa is now documenting the people that came to the country illegally. For what? It doesn't make sense at all, like 0 sense in it. News 24 posted the violent looting of foreign-owned businesses in Sharpeville and Boipatong is in Gauteng last week have left residents without access to several SPAZA shops, which offered them convenience and more affordable buying options. What I'm saying about this is like they're trying to push the narrative that South Africans cannot survive without these foreign-run SPAZA shops, these foreign nationals run SPAZA shops. No, South Africans will survive. Will survive because it's not going to be easy to change this because we are here now, but we lived before without this. What is the point of having a SPAZA shop that you don't know one day they will be serving you poisonous food and you die out of it and it must be kept because you were inconvenienced? No, change is needed. Change is needed. So as we continue to read, GAYTON MCKENZIE said South Africans have been exercising maximum restraint and discipline. We are now burying our kids weekly. We as government should act and act fast before people wrongfully take law into own hands. What do we owe these illegal foreigners? Let them go. See, GAYTON MCKENZIE sounds like a South African who's concerned. So Penwell responded to GAYTON MCKENZIE and said the matter involves more than the Minister of Home Affairs. It affects money movement across borders. It affects bribes to politicians. It involves infrastructure. It involves drug and money laundering. It involves foreign nations. It involves FMCG companies. SA has no sovereignty. It's a situation that is so messed up. It's a situation that is so messed up. South Africa, man. GAYTON MCKENZIE also posted, I will never stop fighting for mass deportation. I have been bringing this matter up using channels afforded to me as a minister. I must respect the Minister of Home Affairs and give him space to do his job. We will never abandon this fight, patriots. So, you know, when the matter is about South Africa and you hear South Africans talk about it, it is different than people just speaking J. And Penwell also said, again responding to GAYTON MCKENZIE, borders must be closed first. then deportation must happen. The government is genuinely not serious about getting rid of illegal foreigners, especially because many politicians hold affairs, officials and cops get given bribes by the shop owners. Also, but what I'm trying to highlight here is that between Penuel and GAYTON MCKENZIE, you can hear South Africans talk about South African issues who are concerned. Do you understand? We need to close all these shops. We can't be debating this matter anymore. These shops should be closed and owners arrested to be deported. What more do we want to see? More children dying. I like the fact that GAYTON MCKENZIE is not scared to be different. Do you see? Not scared to be different for the benefit of South Africans. I do understand that as a politician also, he seeks to see his political party grow. And if his growth is following, how can I put this on? If the growth that he wants it patriotically. That's what I wanted to say. He wants it patriotically. I love this. It's a beautiful growth because we have people like the EFF who just talk to South Africans anyhow. And they are not bothered. They are talking about documenting illegal immigrants, people that have committed crime, entered South Africa, and when they are within South Africa, they are still committing crime by running SPAZA shops illegally, by having factories illegally with no hygiene. Even to think about it, the factory you're going to see there, you'd understand why I run short of words, because I'm upset. You'll see.
We are going to intervene in a big way with regard to SPAZA shops issue. We are in charge. We are a government. Where we are in charge, there must be laws that must be respected and they must be enforced. Otherwise, if the state is weak in terms of the rule of law, the masses will take the law in their hands. We need to work with the police using the laws of the country to ensure that we deal with this challenge. It's a law enforcement part, the question of the SPAZAs. On the other hand, it's a bigger challenge of business, them being supported on the ground. I come from MZWANELE, my township, and when I go there, I see majority of the SPAZA shops, small shops that were there, have disappeared. And then most of them are in the hands of foreigners. And then these foreigners are accused of selling cheaper goods to our people, but at the same time some are poisonous. It's a problem. It's a problem because then it means, where do they order this food that they sell to our people at a cheaper rate? The wholesale arrangement in the Republic, how is it manifesting itself? So as a party, as the ANC, we must be at the helm of those matters. And at the headquarters, I will be convening the cluster of ministers to give answers to this, to work with our provinces. We can't lament when we're in power and complain with the rest of society. As government, we must give leadership in relation to this matter, and it's quite urgent and important. And we must not be ad hoc about it. It must not be like the tap and the lips way. We open it when there is a crisis, and then we close it when the noise dies. We must be consistent in terms of regulating SPAZA shop set up in our country. And that must be true. From the point of view of the ANC, we will mobilize society behind action that is taken by government. And that is what is important, and that's what we're going to do. And very soon, in the next coming weeks, we will announce what our plans, action plan, for all South Africa townships must respond to this question of the SPAZAs. It's very important. And that's what it means by ANC providing leadership to society. It means we must lead around issues that affect our people, positive and negative. Mobilize the churches and everyone else around the common program of action for common good of our nation. So we are going to ensure that we rally society behind actions that, in terms of the law, are regulated by government, but over and above that, action that ensures that those that are illegal, we close them down. Simple as that. And that's what is important. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that.
Lula saying we are in charge. We'll see what they will do as the in charge people, because this is gone beyond the political game. Fix our immigration, Kosiam. What is so difficult in fixing our borders, putting our soldiers back there like we used to do before? And allow the people who are coming to South Africa legally to come, and allow foreign nationals who are coming to South Africa legally to come, or those who are with good intentions. Guys, I've been saying this. Foreign nationals coming to South Africa, it is not a new thing. We have been living harmoniously together for many years. By the time we were born, there were foreign nationals in South Africa. They were here. They were here. They were here. In the mines, they were here. Everywhere, they were here. But since the ANC took over and destroyed our borders, the influx has destroyed everything that we know about South Africa. That's the truth. That is the truth. So the ANC must do something, because if they want to grow, if they want to go back into getting their 2/3 majority, they're going to have to sweat for it, because the competition now is tight. They cannot afford to play the same political game they've been playing before, putting together, have an event, a festival, go there. Hey, we have lived in a South Africa that was crazy before, a South Africa of festivals. You'll see politicians in the jazz festival, they are there, people vote for them after. People started to want more than just that. And now, the competition is even more tighter, with more political parties coming to play. And with MK, the ANC will have to sweat. With people like GAYTON MCKENZIE now, the ANC will have to sweat. So the new political parties are wanting to grow. They will be talking about this immigration thing. They will use it to campaign. And the ANC, as a political party that has been governing the country for years, they need to act. As Fikile Mbalula said, they are in charge. They need to act. They cannot use this to campaign by just talking about it in their rallies. No, they need to campaign. They need to act. Their campaigners, they need to act with the visible actions that are very easy to say that this is being handled, and we must see the effects. And the other political parties who are wanting to grow are going to use this to campaign. They work. Guys, with that said, watch the video of a factory that is legally run with no hygiene whatsoever. And with that said, thank you guys for watching my videos. This is South Africa Lately, a channel where we discuss South African trending news. We do, however, grab here and there from international news when it is trending enough to be brought here. Do have a lovely day.
Yalt is here to shut the warehouse down for poor Yalt standards. As you guys can see, these are some of the products that are going to be tested to make sure that there aren't any bad chemicals inside of them. You can see it ranges from biscuits, bottled water, we've got crisp, we've got vinegar, peri-peri sauce, tomato sauce, some barbecue sauce. They've got toilet paper as well that they've been producing here, quite a lot. Over here, as we walk further into the warehouse, you can see some of the flour and some of the ingredients that were used to make the food. As you come in over here, you can see we've got cornstarch. This is the start of the conveyor belt line. You can see all the crates of biscuits that were found here. These biscuits were getting ready to be put into packaging over here. You'll see they have a scale here where they weigh the biscuits. Over here is a table with a lot more biscuits and fans to help the biscuits set. As we go further in, you'll see over here we've got some industrial baking trays. These obviously go into those ovens over there. Some more industrial equipment over here. And then we've got some more ingredients here and tables where they prepare the batter for the biscuits, and then they weigh that into the oven over here, some nice industrial ovens. So as you guys can see why the Yalt department is here, there are no Yalt standards. We've got a shoe over here laying next to the biscuits. As I go into this, empty here because they've already filled bottles up. Over here, another machine that they use to fill the bottles up. As you guys can see what they look like inside, and I can guarantee these things haven't been cleaned, guys. Look at the edges of this thing, look what it looks like. That's not all, guys, that's not all. So over here to our left, this is where the vinegar, imitation vinegar, is made. We got some black vinegar over there. See, we got stools over there where the workers sit for the tables. These are the little drums that they're making these things in, and then they're obviously pouring it out and packaging it here. The worst part of it all is that the conditions that these people here have to deal with, the workers themselves, guys. So I'm going to take you into the bathroom. This is the bathroom that the workers have to use. It's absolutely appalling that people are still made to live under these conditions in this day and age. I mean, guys, as we walk in here, I don't know what this little wall is for here, but this is what the toilet floor looks like. You guys don't want to even know what it smells like in here, guys. Absolutely appalling. It's terrible what it smells like. Ooh. These are the conditions that the workers have to use the toilet in. So this is the only basin that I saw on the property while I was here, guys. Let's keep in mind that this is a food warehouse, and there are no basins inside. This is the only basin on the property.